fellow Pioneer Trekkers. My wife and I are in charge of training this year, and so we want to talk about a few very important things. We want to talk about socks, shoes, and blisters. And just to tell you right off the start, not all socks are created equal. You're going to want the right pair of socks for the right application. I, for one, am a big fan of a sock called a Drymax sock. It wicks the moisture away from your feet when you're wearing it, and if you have moisture in there, it really reduces the amount of friction that you have. The biggest thing that's going to cause blisters is moisture and friction. Now, the old school technology for hikers back in the day is they would put a liner sock on, and then they would put a wool sock over that. Most of you are going to be wearing shoes that you wear on an everyday basis, and that just creates too much bulk. So, highly recommend a sock that wicks moisture away, that is fairly form-fitting, especially the heel. You don't want the heel coming up the back side of your ankle where it's not fitted in right, because then you're going to have a bunched up spot. That's going to cause a blister. So, cotton socks, regular old gym socks, once they get wet, they are just soaking wet. They're going to be miserable, they're going to cause friction, and cause blisters. So not a good idea. So again, a lot of people wear wool socks, and again, you got to have the right kind of wool socks. These socks are perfect for winter if you're wearing winter boots, if you're out snow machining, but they're not so good for hiking. These are a wool sock, but they're thin, and they're a hiking wool sock, where they are more form-fitting around the bottom and the balls of your feet. Again, the heel fits in nice. It keeps your feet warm even when they're damp. Very, very important. So again, moisture wicking socks, highly recommended. Those are my favorite. These buyings are Drymax. That's what I wear almost every day, and I work summer and winter outdoors all the time. Now, one of the worst mistakes that I've seen kids make, and adults, is that, oh, I'm going on the trek, I need a pair of boots. My dad has the best pair of boots, I'm going to take his boots. Do not do that, okay? Do not borrow boots. You want to have your boots, your shoes that your feet are already formed to make. So, bad idea. You don't want those. Crocs, bad idea. Little thin soles where rocks will puncture up through the bottom of your soles. Bad idea. So a lot of you are going to have just regular gym shoes. That's okay. Okay? But just telling you right now from the start, if we have some rainy days or if we have a lot of mud, once they get wet, they're pretty hard to dry. And but this is one of the shoes that I'm going to be bringing on the trek. They're very well broken in. I've used them for running, for exercise. I'm already used to them. I know I'm not going to get blisters as long as I wear the right socks. So highly recommended. Boots. If you have boots, these are my wife's boots. She's worn them a ton. You want to make sure that you have hiked in them, worn them, gone on hikes, gone on walks. Make sure that they don't have any spots that are going to create problems for you. So again, shoes that you've had a long time. These are waterproof. They have a Gore-Tex membrane in there. That's going to be really important on the trek. And this is the male version of the same boot. Almost very light, like a tennis shoe, but it has a very heavy-duty sole with a arch support, and the rocks aren't going to poke through and cause you problems. So one thing I just want to say about blisters: you're not going to get blisters if you wear the right socks and you wear the right shoes that you've worn a long time. I don't ever get blisters. When I see people getting blisters is when they're wearing things that they haven't worn before, or they're new, or whatever. If you do, it's really important that you are embarrassed. You're going to tell your family, oh, my feet are sore, and you try to stop the whole operation. We're going to refer to it as a hot spot. When you have a hot spot and you feel something start to happen, you need to take care of it right away, because once you've waited too long and it actually turns into a blister, you are going to be miserable. So one of the things that really works well for hot spots, believe it or not, is duct tape. Because you can put it on there once it starts to get red, it starts to get sore. You put that on there as tight as you can, so you'll trim it a little bit better so the edges don't fray up. And you put that on there, and it totally reduces the friction for if your heel is lifting up on your shoe, and it creates that one spot on your skin that just constantly is getting rubbed on, duct tape works really well. If you get to the point where you actually have a blister, moleskin is going to be your best friend. I always take moleskin, cut a little hole in it, and if I've already got a blister that's forming, then I put that hole right over the blister. Then I put another moleskin over the top of that. So that way you have a little pocket where that blister can kind of hide out there, and then your friction is taking place on the moleskin and not on your skin. So we're going to have these materials on the track. We're going to have a first aid person that's going to be available. But the main thing is that you cannot hide the fact that you have soreness that's happening. You need to tell people right away so that we can take care of it. So bring the right shoes, bring the right socks, get some exercise prior to the track, get out there and do your part prior, and you won't have any problems. Checking out. We'll see you on the track.